You smell that? That is the scent of absolute financial freedom. Welcome to This Explainer. I'm your host, Scruffy the Raccoon. Look, I know my fur is a little unkempt, I'm maybe slightly twitching from years of financial anxiety, and honestly, I've made literally every money mistake you can make in this forest. But I'm also the raccoon who finally figured out the system. If you're a young forager out there feeling completely lost about money, scraping by on a low leaf salary, because let's be real, leaves are our daily cash around here, and you're stressed out of your mind, you are exactly in the right place. This is your ultimate financial survival guide. We're going to take you from being a desperate trash digger to a relaxed, wealthy orchard owner just swimming in long-term apples and nuts. So let me ask you, are you totally exhausted from digging through frozen trash piles just to find a single sour apple core while the forest owls stare down at you with total judgment? Yeah, welcome to what I call the scavenger cycle. It's that miserable grind where you're working until your little paws bleed literally just to survive until next Tuesday. But then you look up and see the investor raccoons, right? They're already cozy in their dens, feet kicked up with a lifetime supply of crisp Gala apples. And here's the secret. The difference isn't that they work harder than you. Absolutely not. The difference is the system. Section 1. Escaping the scavenger cycle. Now, escaping this cycle and saving up 100,000 apples on a low-leaf salary might sound completely impossible to you right now, but I'm here to tell you it's really not. But before we can build your wealth, we've got to clear out the brush of all these toxic forest myths that are actively keeping you poor, especially the ones from those flashy TikTok foxes telling you renting a den is throwing leaves away, or that you need to painfully track every single twig in some highly restrictive budget spreadsheet. You've been lied to. You've been told you're broke because you buy a 5-leaf acorn latte every morning. Honestly, what absolute garbage. A 5-leaf latte is not your enemy. Giving up your daily coffee and waiting 78,000 years to get rich is just a miserable way to live. Your problem isn't a 5-leaf coffee. Your solution is a 4,000-leaf raise. Obsessing over tiny expenses while completely ignoring massive opportunities is a total trap, and it's designed to keep you feeling guilty and broke. We are officially done playing small. Section 2. Building your automated burrow. To stop playing small, we have to completely overhaul how you handle your stash. We're throwing out the budgeting spreadsheets and replacing them with a purely automated system. Saving and investing shouldn't be something you try to do. You don't try to feed your pet dog, right? You just do it. Your finances need to be exactly the same. We're going to build an automated burrow that does all the heavy lifting for you, and it's only going to take you about 1 hour a month to manage. Think of this as digging the ultimate interconnected den. Step 1. Open a high-yield hollow. This is your savings account for emergencies. Please, whatever you do, don't leave your leaves in a basic checking hollow where they just rot. Step 2. Grab the free leaves. If your forest employer offers a 401k match, you take it. It's literally free cash sitting right there on the stump. Step 3. The secret burrow, otherwise known as a Roth IRA. Even if you can only bury 50 leaves a month here at a place like Schwab or Vanguard, just do it. Step 4 is planting the growth orchard. This is where your leaves magically turn into nuts. Don't try to pick shiny individual pebbles here. Just buy low-cost indexed funds that grow your nuts automatically over time. Step 5. Automate the transfers. Set it up so your leaves flow from your paycheck directly to your bills, savings, and investments before you even see them. Seriously, set it and forget it. And finally, Step 6. Create sub-hollows for specific goals, like maybe a new climbing harness you've had your eye on. Section 3. Scoring the big wins. Once your burrow is totally automated, it's time to stop playing defense with your money and start playing offense. We're not scraping the bottom of the barrel anymore. We are going to focus our energy on strategies that drastically, fundamentally boost your pile. You don't need 10 different, overly complicated strategies to get wealthy. You really just need one that actually works. I want you to understand the absolute power of a single big win. A big win does more for your hoard than a lifetime of hoarding hot sauce packets from Taco Bell. Think about it like this. If you negotiate just one $5,000 raise on your salary today and you invest it using that automated burrow we just built, that single conversation compounds into an extra 100,000 nuts over 20 years. 100 grand. Most raccoons leave massive piles of leaves on the table simply because they're too terrified to ask. You've got to build that skill. So here are your 3 main options for scoring a big win. Choose your fighter. Option A, which we just discussed and is honestly the most powerful one, negotiate your leaf salary. Option B, start a side scurry. Take your existing skills, whether that's tutoring young kids, writing bark memos, or pet sitting, and turn it into an extra 500 leaves a month. Over time, when invested in your orchard, that easily compounds into 6 figures of nuts. Or there's option C, the 1% rule. Just increase the amount of leaves you invest by 1% every single year. Set a calendar reminder for December 15th so you don't forget. Doing just this one tiny simple action for 10 years can add hundreds of thousands of apples to your future. Just pick one of these and execute. Section 4. The Conscious Snacking Plan. All right, now we reach my absolute favorite part of the explainer, the ultimate roadmap to a rich life, the conscious snacking plan. Remember how I said earlier that budgets are basically a cage? Well, the conscious snacking plan is pure freedom. It's based on one very simple rule. You are going to cut costs mercilessly on the things you hate and honestly don't care about, so you can spend extravagantly on the things you absolutely love. To hit your 100,000 apple goal without being totally miserable, you want to aim for these 4 buckets. Keep your fixed costs, your rent, basic groceries, bills, and debt, to about 50 to 60% of your leave. Put 5 to 10% into savings for emergencies and those short-term sub-hollows. Then shovel another 5 to 10%, ideally more if you can swing it, straight into your investments, your growth orchard, where those leaves become future nuts. And here is the real magic trick, folks. That remaining 20 to 35%, that is for guilt-free snacking. Lattes, fancy shirts, premium Swiss dog food, whatever. If your first 3 buckets are filled automatically, you can spend this final bucket however you want. Zero worry, zero spreadsheets. Section 5. The Nut Orchard Math. I know amassing 100,000 apples sounds basically like magic right now, but I promise you it's not magic at all. It's really just basic math. Assuming a very standard, historically realistic 7% return in your growth orchard, if you want to reach 100,000 apples in 15 winters, you need to invest 321 leaves a month. To reach it in 10 winters, it's 585 leaves a month. Want to be super aggressive and hit it in just 5 winters? You need to invest 1,452 leaves a month. Now look, if you're a young raccoon on a low salary, 585 leaves a month might look terrifyingly high. But remember those big wins we just talked about? If you negotiate a raise or start a side scurry that brings in an extra 500 leaves a month, suddenly, hitting that 10-winter goal is completely 100% achievable, and you won't even have to starve yourself to do it. Section 6. Curing Trash Can Guilt. Before we wrap this all up, we absolutely have to talk about the psychological garbage that's weighing you down right now. I call it trash can guilt. So many of us grew up in boroughs where our parents were constantly yelling things like, leaves don't grow on trees, or we can't afford that. And man, it burrows deep into your brain. It creates this lingering spending guilt that makes you feel like a quote-unquote bad raccoon anytime you try to actually enjoy your life or spend money on yourself. But listen to me right now. Being guilty does not build wealth. Systems do. We have to cure this guilt today. You need a massive psychological shift. Every single leaf you spend should reflect your personal values, not your inherited fears. When you finally shift your mindset from shame and scarcity to vision and automation, money completely stops being a source of stress. It just becomes a tool to build your specific version of a rich life. I want to leave you with my personal golden rule here. If you get this system 85% right, you are already miles ahead of all the other foragers out there. Seriously, listen to me. Perfection is the enemy of progress. You do not need to be some Wall Street badger to make this work. Set up the automated burrow. Grab a big win. Snack consciously. If you stumble, or if you spend a few too many leaves one month, honestly, who cares? The system is running in the background. You're doing great. Raccoons together strong. But look, we can only change our lives if we actually take action. So I'm leaving you with this one final thought. Are you ready to stop playing defense? Are you ready to permanently escape the scavenger cycle and start planting your very own orchard today? The blueprint is right there in your paws. Now get out there, get your leaves, and build your rich life.